Oh my goodness. Shannon, is everything okay?
Yes, Adam, I'm just trying not to be angry. Hi there, I'm Shannon Elhart, the Maven of Mindfulness, and you're in the place to be to learn how to live a more mindful life, which is a peaceful, happy, less stressful life. I highly recommend it. Today we're going to talk about strong emotions and using your emotions as guideposts. And in fact, this video is number one of a few videos. Number one of 2, 3, maybe 4 videos. I haven't yet decided, so make sure you check back. But today we're going to talk about making a shift in how you perceive emotions. So let me first tell you, in my previous careers, I worked with children ages kindergarten through about 14 years of age and did a lot of helping them with emotions. So I will admit, with the little ones who were 5 and 6 years old, I taught them a song. And it went something like this. Once, I can't even sing it. Once I knew a volcano who almost blew its top. And I actually had motions that I would teach the kids. Totally dorky. Like, once I knew a volcano who almost blew its top, and all the kids would be doing it. All right, so I'm not going to teach you that song or teach you any dorky hand motions, but I do want to help you shift your perspective with your emotions. I'm willing to bet that most everyone, myself included, was not given a very good lesson on what are emotions and what do you do with some of them and what do they mean. And so a lot of people are out in the world and they don't know what to do with all these emotions. So my goal at the end of these 3 or 4 videos is that you have a new perspective on emotions and that you begin to see them as guideposts. All right, so let's start with this. Imagine all the emotions are in front of you. Maybe they're on little note cards or they're floating in the air. Every emotion you can imagine. If I had you take all those emotions and put them into 2 categories, how would you label those categories? Let me give you just a moment to think. All the emotions, 2 categories, maybe 2 baskets of emotions. All right, if you're like most people, you probably would think there are good emotions and bad emotions. So maybe happiness and excitement and peace were good emotions, but anger and jealousy and sadness were bad emotions. So what I want you to do is stop doing that. There are no good or bad emotions. All of your emotions are purposeful. All of your emotions are guideposts. In fact, that sounds like a good tweetable. Emotions are neither good nor bad. They're just guideposts in your life. Many people were taught to avoid some emotions at all costs. Like, don't be angry, and don't be sad, and don't be jealous, because those were bad emotions. So we stuff them inside, or we pretend and put on our happy face even though we're not so happy. And that all builds up inside, as you know, and like the song I used to teach 5-year-olds, we can become a volcano. We can become a volcano of anger or sadness or jealousy, or we can become enraged, or we can manifest some really bad stuff within our own body, like cancers and other illnesses. So it's really important to allow yourself to feel and experience all your emotions without judgment. You are meant to have all your emotions. They are powerful, they are important, and they're actually very helpful with guiding your life. All right, so no more thinking of emotions as good or bad. Deal? We got a deal? All right, good. What I want you to do is shift to thinking from good and bad to either comfortable or uncomfortable. All right, so whatever emotion you're feeling is either comfortable or uncomfortable. Now, the reason why I say that is what's comfortable for you might not be for me, and vice versa. And what's uncomfortable isn't the same for everybody. And sometimes we have this weird way in our culture of thinking some situations you should feel a certain way. And that's just a bunch of baloney because you can't really control what you're feeling. It depends on how you're thinking about the circumstance. For example, when my Aunt Lillian died, I was happy. You might think, what? When someone dies, you have to be sad, Shannon. Here's the deal. I love my Aunt Lillian. She's a beautiful person, a wonderful soul, but she had struggled for decades with neurological issues and a lot of physical limitations. She had an amazing marriage to my Uncle John, and he had passed away. And so when she passed away, I actually felt happy for her. She was done with her struggle, with her suffering. She was able to move on and to a better place. And I don't always understand what that is, but I bet she was happier than where she was. So I actually felt happy. For me to go to Aunt Lillian's funeral and drum up some tears and be all upset would have been so inauthentic. And I would have been doing that to play the role of that's what I'm supposed to do at a funeral, right? But I actually felt happy and peaceful for her. Of course I missed her, but those were my emotions. Those were my real emotions. That's what was comfortable for me in that circumstance. I've had other loved ones pass away, and because of the circumstances, I've been devastated, and it's been a totally different circumstance. Doesn't mean I loved them more. It was just a different circumstance, and so I felt differently. What's so cool about stopping thinking about emotions being good or bad, but just finding what am I comfortable feeling, is that you'll stop judging your emotions, you'll start allowing them all, and you're going to feel this great freedom. And your emotions are going to start guiding you more, you'll be more authentic and more at ease. And the other added bonus is you're going to stop judging other people so much. You're just going to allow people to feel their emotions as well, which is really cool. I love to hear your thoughts. So please share with me in the comments, what emotion are you going to stop thinking of as bad? Maybe your whole life you've thought jealousy is bad and you're like, you know what? No more. And, or if you want to, you could share, what did you learn about as a child about emotions? What was modeled to you or what was taught? If you leave a comment on my website at www.greenheartmindfulness.com, I'll try to leave you a comment back, and you'll be able to see other great thoughts from fabulous people like yourself. But before you go, I bet you know someone who could benefit from hearing this helpful information. So please forward this video. These are to help as many people as we can. And if you want to learn even more about living a mindful, peaceful life, be sure to leave your name and email on the website when you're there leaving your comment, so then I can share other great tips and information with you. Mindfulness is for everyone. The more mindful people there are in the world, the more peaceful our world will be. So keep learning how to live a mindful life, and you will have a positive impact on our world.